Want 360 camera.
All right, so I will turn the meeting over to Lawrence Jenkins, and he will be talking to us about his 360 camera.
Okay.
Hello, Lawrence.
Right, Lawrence.
Welcome. Let me give you screen sharing. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
The Boeing.
Thank you.
Okay, let me move that over there out the way. Well, that'll work. And let me go into here and into here. Could somebody put a timer on me?
I took off my Apple Watch.
How much time do you want?
Oh, I just want you to know, let me know how long it takes.
Okay.
Okay. What I'm going to talk about today is I'm going to talk about my 360 camera, which is the Insta360. And mainly I'm going to talk about my workflow, what I do
All right.
from the beginning to the end. Okay. So part of my workflow is the camera, which you see there, which takes 360 degree. It's an action camera, so it can be in the water up to 30 feet. It can be, it's pretty rugged. And but I don't use it for that. I use it for a vacation camera. And the reason why I use it for a vacation camera is one, how many people go on a vacation to take a picture of other people and wind up not being in the pictures themselves? Well,
right.
With the 360, we can fix that because you are the director, and therefore you can put yourself in the film, the camera, the video anytime you need to. The other thing is I don't know, somebody knows, but I don't know what Apple's doing. But Apple's coming out with, I guess, a VA and a VR. And they actually sell this camera, and this is the only one I know of that they sell on their website. The previous one I bought from Apple off the website. This one, I went to go buy it. It's on the website, but when I asked for delivery, it wouldn't be until January, and I wanted it for Christmas. So I actually had to order it from 360. That's one of the things about the camera. And we'll talk about keyframes. The other thing you get free is you get the applications that come with it. One that comes on your iOS, like your phone or your iPad. And then you get one that comes on your PC or your Mac. And the good news is, I don't know if it's a good news or not. It's just kind of strange to me. But the one on your, and this is unusual, the one on your ISO, your
iOS.
Pardon me?
iOS.
iOS.
You're gonna get the sensors, man. You're gonna get the sensors. You're gonna be able to turn that thing around.
Yes. The one on your iPad or your iPhone has more function, and I'll show you that, than the one that's on the Mac. And usually the one on the Mac is the one that has the most functions. And we'll see that. The other thing is after I do that, I have to store all of my photos and videos on something. And 360 videos are a lot bigger than regular 4K videos, or about the same size when you look at it. But so I use my Synology to store. And right now I have 28 terabytes of storage.
All right.
14, and they're mirrored. So I wound up just having 14 when they're mirrored.
Got it.
Now, we talked about the flow a little bit. I talked about the components. I'm going to demonstrate. I would demonstrate the camera, but it won't hook up to the computer. So therefore, I have a video that's called, it's from the 360. It's their getting started, and it basically shows how the camera works and what some of the functions of it. So we'll go through that too. And again, since it's off of their video and I go directly to their website, there's no copyright problems with that at all. And then I'll demonstrate the software, what functions there are, things I like about it, things I don't like about it, how you can do keyframes to direct your output to what you want to see. For instance, if you go through the 16th chapel, there's something on the right, there's something on the left, and there's something in the center on the ceiling. And if you go through with a regular camera, you got to go almost 3 times. One and take everything on the right with a movie, or take every pictures on the left, and then come back and do it on the center. Whereas I can go through it 1 time and come back to post and basically decide on what I want to show, or make 3 output films to one that shows right, left, and the center. And then the Synology, one of the things that I like about the Synology, it has the ability to present pictures and video, but when I go on vacations, a lot of times I go with groups, with a group of friends that I have. And the good news about the pictures and the videos with the Synology, I can open up Synology directory and give everybody the option to download the pictures, but I can also give them the option to upload their pictures, so everybody has the ability to see everybody's pictures. Okay, the Insta360 X3, it is a 5.7K videos and pictures. Now, that sounds pretty good. That sounds, wow, that's better than 4K.
Yeah.
Pictures must be really nice. But you got to remember that they take that 5.7K, and what it does is it splits it up in 360. So you get basically a little better than 1080p when you're doing that. Okay. And back in the day, we thought 1080p was pretty good until 4K came along, because that's what a lot of the TVs are still 1080p. Now, one of the things that's so nice about this, we talked about that. I simply mount the camera, hit record, and figure out the best angle afterwards in post. And
Can you hit stream? Can you hit stream? Can you hit stream?
Stream. What do you mean stream?
Like, can you transmit to somebody else what you're seeing in 360?
Yes, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
That's nice. For Anna.
And we'll also talk about when you said stream, I thought you meant like streaming in like if you wanted to talk to somebody, and we'll get an example of that. A lot of times when you're doing an interview with somebody, you want to see the interviewer and you want to see yourself at the same time. So you got to use cameras. With the 360, and I'll demonstrate that, you can see both people at the same time with the camera.
All right.
So back to the 360 X3, its last year mass version didn't have as big a sensor. So it comes with a 1/2 inch, 48 megapixel sensor. So it does better in light, then it's a sharper picture than it was last year. It also has HDR and it has stabilization, but it's an action camera. You couldn't even have an action camera without real good stabilization. So it's comparable to GoPro stabilization. Now, I talked about the 5.7K. that has to be split up. But if you use only one lens, you get a wide angle 4K footage. So I used to take the 360 camera to do 360, and I used to take another camera to do 4K video. I don't have to do that anymore. Now I take one camera. If I want 4K, really clear pictures, wide angle, big, I just tell it to use one lens. And then if I want to have 360, I say use both lenses. So it's two cameras. I feel now two cameras in one. It also shoots up to 60 frames per second, and that 60 frames per second can give you adequate slow motion video. The other thing is, which is really nice, which I didn't know at the time, there's a selfie stick, and they kind of allude on the website that you got to buy their selfie stick, which is not really expensive, to make it disappear. But that's not true. Any selfie stick will disappear because it's in the vertical plane of the camera, and anything in that vertical plane of the camera will disappear. And there's some advantages to that. Number one, you can't see the camera, and neither can you see the selfie stick. Excuse me. So the other good thing is there are places where you can't use a drone, right? Well, if I take the selfie stick and it's 30 feet in the air, which they have some, and I take it and throw it in the air, it looks like you have a drone because you cannot see the camera or the selfie stick. So it looks like hovering in the air. So that's where it says no drone, no problem, because you have so it looks that way. You know, you may not want to fly a drone off the edge of a ship because you may not get it back, but you could take your 30-foot selfie and it looks like you're flying a drone over the ship. The other good thing about the Insta360 X3, it has a horizon lock. It always stays level. So therefore, if you turn it upside down, it's got the horizon lock in there. And most of the action cameras feature that also. Any questions, answers before I go in and run this little video that talks about the camera? Great. Oh, by the way, I haven't got there yet. By the way, there is a commercial side, and then there is a consumer side. The consumer side's cameras cost $449. That's the one I have. Okay, retail. They have a commercial side, which is one. This is one of their cameras. It's the Insta360 Pro 2. It shoots 8K, and it's roughly $5,000. They have one more camera, which is their Titan 11K, and it shoots 11K, and it's $15,000. So the good news about that is you get a lot of the benefit of the commercial expertise brought over to the consumer side, right? So it's one of those things you get the best. There's things on both of those you'll get. Now, that's not a bad price for the camera, $449. There's a lot more, but then there's some accessories that go with it. We talked about the camera. We talked about the selfie stick. Selfie sticks are pretty inexpensive. And again, you don't have to use Insta360 selfie stick. They increased the battery from the last version to this version, and it's 18 milliamp hours, or I guess that's the way it is. But the biggest improvement, which really made this camera worth using, is the 2.29-inch screen, and it's touch. And you'll see how that's being used, but it really makes all the difference in the world, because I took my other camera to Hawaii with me and I took some pictures and didn't realize that I didn't have it set the way I wanted to have set because I couldn't see the screen because it was a little old small circle like this. Voice control. The voice control,
Oh,
you can tell it to record, stop, whatever. I think that's obsolete anymore, because now when you download the apps onto your phone or your iPad, it also has an app for your watch, and it is a remote control. So for my Apple Watch, I can control it. I can say, you know, take a picture. I can change the frame rate. I can do all of that from my, and the bad part, if you have a 30-foot selfie in the air, it's kind of hard to yell up to a camera and say, start taking. So it's really nice to be able to have the lens, okay? Now, the next thing is those lenses, as you notice, protrude. See, it protrudes. I don't know if you can see this very well, but it protrudes. And most cameras, you can lay it down on the desk, and the lens is kind of incest from the rim, so you don't really lay it on the lens. With this, the lens is out, so you do. So I always recommend a lens cover. Definitely get a lens cover for it, and they do too, because if you hit it and scratch it, you're going to see that scratch forever. Then the next thing is a mic adapter, and I use a lavalier mic, and that lavalier mic is in line with the camera, so therefore you don't see the mic at all on the camera. It's disappeared just like the selfie stick and the camera. And then I use this HoloLens lavalier. The other thing that, again, we talked about how big the files can be. So if I take a file, I can hook it up by using Bluetooth and transfer the files. But that takes a little while. But also I can use this, put the SD card micro SD card inside there, leave it inside there. And then what it will do is it will take the pictures and the movies and put them on that SD card, and it doesn't have to be in the camera. But the good news is I can unplug that from the camera and plug it directly into the phone and do my editing directly on that card that's in the quick reader. So therefore, there's no transfer. I take pictures, boom, boom, boom. I'm on vacation. I come back, plug it into my phone, make any edits, show it to anybody I want to show it to, and it's done. So that's, I think it's kind of a must. All right, let's talk about the quick guide, and I'll show that to you. Can everybody see it?
Yeah.
Open the Insta360 X3 box. Camera assembly. Take out the battery. Insert a micro SD card. Insert the battery with the up arrow pointing towards the camera lens. Make sure that the orange indication marks are covered by the latch to ensure waterproofing is not affected. USB lock cover. Use the charge cable to charge the camera via the USB-C port. The indicator light on the battery will turn red when charging. The indicator light will automatically turn off when it is fully charged. Please use the official Insta360 accessories to ensure the USB lock cover remains accessible for charging. Ensure the lock cover is secure. Make sure that the orange indication marks are covered by the latch to ensure waterproofing is not affected. Firmware update and activation. Before shooting, X3 needs to be activated via the Insta360 app. Press the
Boy, that's an excellent demo.
language. Download the Insta360 app. to its functions. Open the app. Tap the camera icon at the bottom of the app page. Follow the on-screen instructions to activate X3. If there is a new firmware update, a notification will pop up on the app. Please complete the camera firmware update before using the camera. During the firmware update, the camera display will turn off. The indicator light will be solid blue. Restart the camera and connect to the app again. Camera use. The X3 has 4 microphones located on both the front and back of the camera. There are 3 audio recording modes you can use while recording: stereo, wind reduction, and 360 direction focus. The speaker is located on the side of the body. The X3 has 4 physical buttons: power button, quick button, shutter button, lens button. Press the power button to turn on the X3. Press the shutter button to start or stop recording or taking photos. Long press and slide across the screen for 360 preview. Shooting modes can be switched via tapping the icon at the bottom of the screen. Swiping the screen left or right.
I believe that's the best demo video I've ever seen.
Agreed. I'm offline again until next chance.
Yes, they do a good job of describing the user interface. Very easy to follow.
Tap to switch to single lens mode.
Be right back.
After selecting the mode, press the shutter button to use the current option and return to the preview page. Tap the parameters at the bottom of the screen to adjust parameters. Swipe left to the screen to adjust parameters. Adjust settings such as white balance and ISO. Swipe right from the edge of the screen to access the gallery and review recorded footage. Swipe down from the top edge of the screen to open the
I'm gonna
shortcut.
get these groceries.
Okay, here's a. They're on top.
Okay,
Add those to your list.
okay. Oh, Truvia.
Yeah,
What's, oh, toilet paper.
yeah. Get the thick rolls, double. Turn off my mic.
Okay, I think that's enough to kind of give it a flavor of what it does, okay? So what I'm gonna show you next is some of my pictures. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go in and mirror. Maybe. Thank you. Can everybody see that? Hello?
Yes.
Thank you. That scared me for a second.
I don't know what I'm supposed to see.
The screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm offline.
Okay. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going into, and I guess I should have mentioned that, I'm going into the software that is on the on my iPad and iPhone. These are basically the same. So it has a lot of examples for you to use. But then if you go into the album, I'm going to show you, I went down south to South Lake and took some photos. So this is my South Lake photo. You notice I can look around. I can see me.
You too, please. OJ.
It's not on the list. I'll probably.
All right, let me have.
So let's stop this. Right here is what you see if you look, and I don't have a thing that shows you my finger, which I need to get some software that will show you what I'm clicking on. But you have the scissors, which is a trim that allows you to cut and trim it. You also have the ability to show the various, I guess, what's that called?
Aspect ratio.
Aspect ratio, thank you. You get to do the aspect ratio, so you can change them. Okay. All right, and then I'll put it back to this. So you also have the ability to clear things up if it's not, so it adds clarity. You can add color to it. If I want to add color. Again, if I want to add music, I have the ability to pick different music and add it to the video. Okay. I can speed it up, and I'll show you that on another video. And then I have the ability to see myself as I'm on vacation and see the surrounding at the same time. So I'll go into multi-view, I'll go into plus, I'll hit the plus sign, and then what I will do is that I will go to here, and then I'll hit here. And what I can do now is I can hit the plus sign at the top, check sign at the top, and then start it. And if you notice, you can see me and also see the video. The bottom one, you can change the video. Now, this is another version. This is a side view.
That's amazing.
But you still see me. Now, if you notice that when I move it, it moves back, it's because I took a keyframe at that point. And that's what you need to do. You need to keep keyframes to do different things. You can do a freeze frame. You can also do a snapshot. And then you can do a face filter. You got my face, and now I want to do things like brighten it up. I can brighten it up. See, I brightened up my face. I don't know if you can see it very well. You can, my eyes are not visible, but you can change your eyes, the shape of your nose or whatever if you need to, okay? So those are all things that you can do on this. Let's go to here. All right, let's go. So let's get out of here. I just wanted to show you that. So now let's get out of this, because you've seen what it does on the, oh, I didn't mean to do that. That's not good. Hang on. Let me get out of this. Stop near. Now you should be able to see the screen again. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in on the Insta360 Studio software. I'm going to go to this is the software that's in the, hang on, that's on your laptop or your desktop, depending on what you have, okay? So I'm going to grab these. So this here is my trip to Egypt and Greece. And my wife was, we were flying to Egypt. So you notice in the plane, you can see different things. You can move around. Now, in a few minutes, okay. Now, here I am at the pyramids. This is at the Sphinx. You can look all around. Again, if you want to direct, there's a thing called keyframes. If I want to change something, so let's say I want to look at this, I just add a keyframe right here. And if you notice, it allows me to, do you want a natural view? Do you want a mini, tiny world view? So do you want a globe view, default, or do I like flat? And so now when I hit come back to here, if I bring this back to here, you'll notice that it changes automatically. See how it switches? And now it'll stay right in that position. And as I go along, I can be a director and direct it to whatever I want it to be. Okay?
Amazing.
So you become a director. Now, this is a night shot. We were at a what do you call it? Where you go and buy things. And then from there, we went to a little restaurant that was there. And so you can see everything. You can see the ceiling. And this is pretty good for night shot. Again, it doesn't even take night shot as good as the camera that on your phone. But each iteration of this gets better and better and better.
There you are.
So I can back out. Okay, now that's at night. Now in a few seconds, we're going to go to day. Now, what's so nice about this? Let me stop this while I can. I said stop. Okay, let's stop this. Let's go into here. Let's delete this. And now what I want to do is I want to come here and I want to show you something. You can track anything. You can track a person. You can track a car. Let's say you're at the bicycle races and you want to track something. You can track one car. So if I hit this, I highlight, I want to track my wife, right?
Okay.
I start tracking and watch it. The camera will follow my wife all through the video.
Wow.
And that's a car, bicycle, anything you want to track, it will track it. And since it's 360, it will track it all the time. Now, if I start again on this, you'll see there's a lot to see, because now we're in Greece and we're walking along the shore of of the town. I can't remember the name of the town. And the big famous one with the white, houses and everything, with blue roofs.
Sorry, I have to verbalize. Can't see what tracking does other than put a yellow box around somebody.
Oh,
help me.
It tracks that person. I took it off of it, but it tracks that person or that car, no matter where they are.
But the thing is, all I'm thinking tracking is a yellow box. It's a whole lot more. Help me. I'm offline.
Good.
You can, okay, so you can track people, you can track the car, or you can track anything, a bird. Let's say you, because it's 360, you can see everywhere that you can see with your eyes. So if you see a bird, that bird may fly all the way around. I don't have to worry about taking my camera and moving it all the way around to keep up with him. All I have to do is highlight him. And then when you highlight it, that highlight thing that I showed you will go away when you put it in production. And all it does is follow that bird, because you got 360, and you don't even have to be concentrating with the camera. You can do that post after you get home and follow it after you get home.
Good.
I'm sorry. I think I suddenly got it. It auto focuses on that object, so you don't lose it.
Right.
All right.
Exactly.
Sorry, I'm offline.
No problem. So let me move this out of the way so I can. Okay. So the other thing is, it's really nice, is I went to Scarborough Fair. Everybody's heard about that because we're from here.
Yeah.
So here's Scarborough Fair. I'm in the air. I can see everything around. I can home in on this.
Now, Lawrence, why is it kind of jumpy there?
What'd you say?
Why is it kind of jumpy there?
Because it was me.
You were being jumpy.
Okay. It was an edit.
Pardon me?
It wasn't an edit where you cut out a piece of it?
No, it was me. It may have been, but I think it was me, where I was moving it around fast. If I slowly move it around, you don't get that jumpy.
Yeah.
I'm just getting something. This camera doesn't spin around. You hold it in your hand.
And keep this in mind, this was taken with my old camera, not my new one. Now
I've been the camera doesn't spin around. You just hold it in your hand.
Yeah, you don't have to do any spinning. You don't have to do anything. Just hold it in your hand, stick it up in the air. It takes everything all the time.
Thank you. I'm going offline again.
Okay, now the other thing is that, remember I said it was an action camera. Well, on a lot of things you may want to do is you may want to know how fast you're going, what elevation, what's the slope, give you kind of a
Geometry.
direction that you're going. So let's do that. And that's part of this. So I took a picture as I'm walking, and this all came from the GPS that was on my watch. It can also use your phone if you don't have a watch, but it tells how fast I'm going, what my elevation is, what my slope is, my lat and my long, and the fact. Now I'm doing multi-view. That's a multi-view. Here's another multi-view in a few seconds. So now you can see me and down at the bottom. This is a finished picture. Okay. And now also I'm gonna show you an example of speeding the picture up. I sped the picture up so you wouldn't have to see all of that. So you have that, all that ability built into the camera.
Well, now, when you say you don't have to move the camera, but you do pan with it. I don't quite get that.
No, you don't have to pan with it. You pan with it after post. At the when you bring the camera home, now you can pan it and look and do whatever you want on your software. Because you have
a minute ago when I asked about it being jumpy, you said that was you panning, or did you?
Oh, but I was panning with the software.
Oh, okay.
Not with the camera.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Keep in mind also, it may have something to do with the bandwidth of the internet connection here that we're seeing too.
Yeah,
maybe dropping frames.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, I told you about the good, right? Now, keep in mind, these two pieces of software that I showed you are totally free. It comes with the 360 camera. Now, the bad about this is if I have 4 or 5 different clips and I want to put them together, I can't. So that's when I brought out, when I put those ones together about the plane and everything else, I put that all together. I did that with Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro will edit 360 video. So if you have Final Cut Pro, you can edit the 360 video and put them together, do all kind of things that you can do in Final Cut Pro. And Final Cut Pro has the ability to offload your 360 with a HoloLens, or when Apple comes out with their VR and V lenses, you'll be able to. So just think, when I'm 100 years old and I can't go on vacations anymore, I can put those lenses on my eyes and it'll be just like I'm there. I can look around and see every place that I've been with those lenses. So that's, and I think, I'm not going to say for sure, but I think that they're going to basically use this camera when Apple, yes, that's exactly right. When they basically put theirs out. So we're going to get out of here. Okay, good. All right, we're getting out of here. And last but not least, I'm going to bring up here the, and I'm going to go into real quick my Synology. I'm going to go over to where I hang up all my, and I'm going to go to my personal library. And I'm going to go here, and I'll probably go here. So let's say I want to share a picture. Let's say I want to share this picture. So what I can do now is I can say, let's share. And now I have the ability to send this link out to anybody. I can make it public. I can make it private. I can let them download it or upload it. I can put a password on it, and I can put an expiration date on it to say, okay, I don't want anybody to use this past next month. Everybody should look at it and it'll go away. So those are the things that I can do with Synology. And I've used this to make it a lot easier for people to share photos.
That is really up to date, Lee.
Okay, that's it. That's all I got to say. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you go out and buy one and have a bunch of good memories.
Hey, Lawrence, this is Barbara, and I have a couple questions.
And okay.
Okay, so When you get a picture of yourself in there, it removes the camera from, because you must have been taking it with the camera, but we don't see you holding a camera.
Right. It removes the camera from everything. When it's on myself, when I'm taking anywhere, it removes the camera and the selfie stick. The only time you may see yourself the camera is the shadow on the ground, because I can't get rid of the shadow.
Okay.
A camera can't see itself. It's very clear. It's
right.
Got it. Yeah. All right.
But it showed he's holding it someplace, not by you don't have to look at it to see what you're taking.
Nope. Because it's taking everything. I don't care what it's taking. Everywhere I'm walking, it's taking everything.
Oh. So you don't have to aim on anything at all.
I just hold it in the air like this, and it takes everything.
Oh.
I think that you can look at its screen on the iPhone if you want to go crazy.
You can look at the screen, and I can just pull it up like this, and I've got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't have to turn it or nothing. I just hold it like this and walk, and it takes everything that I've done.
So you use the selfie stick most of the time?
Yes.
Okay.
Because then I can stick it in the air, and now it's like flying over me. I can put it in front of me, and now it's looked like somebody's standing in front of me with a camera taking me, or whatever.
So the software lets you make it all smooth at the end.
Right. And allows you to be a director. So if you decide that you're at a family gathering and you don't care about your kids, but you care about your grandkids, which most people do, then when you get back home, you can direct the film, the software, just to take pictures of your grandkids.
Mm-hmm. And the cameras, show us that camera again, how small it is.
It's small.
Which model do you have, Lawrence?
Pardon me?
What model do you have?
Here's my iPhone.
Oh, wow.
And here's my camera.
Mm-hmm. So it's even smaller than the iPhone almost, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
How big
Lawrence
is your
has the non-commercial version
for saving?
What'd you say? I'm sorry. Say that again.
How big is your SD card that you're saving files to in there?
I do. It can do up to 1 terabyte, but I do 64 because of the fact that if I lose my camera, if I do 128, and I think I got 128 in this one, actually. If I do 128, I like to do 64. But what happened, I don't even have it in here. If I do 128 and lose the camera, I lose a lot of photos, and they're more important to me than the camera usually. So remember, I'd said this is where the SD card is.
Yeah.
So I just click it here.
Why don't you stop your screen sharing so we can see it better?
Oh, that would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? So this is the card, the SD card. It's 128 gig. And then if I put it in here, again, like I said, attach it to the camera this way. Like this. It can't see it because it's in line with the camera. Anything's in line with this camera cannot be seen. Then I take it off again, like I said. I open this up. I take this like this, put it into my phone, and now I just go over to the software. It automatically opens it up. And now I have the software, and now I can edit any of the software. Right on this. I don't have to upload it to my phone.
Cool.
Very nice.
Tell us again how you carry the selfie stick.
I just have it in a bag, and then I just take the selfie stick, and when I get ready to use it, I just screw it in there, and now I can.
Okay. So you walk along with that.
That's it.
Okay.
And
you
the
hold
new,
it in your hand.
in my hand.
Strap it to your body somewhere or other.
Right, you can do that. Now keep in mind, this is an action camera. Now the young folks that are in their 20s strap it to their bikes, strap it to their motorcycle, strap it to their ski while they're skiing, and all of this kind of stuff. I don't do that because I'm scared of dying. But other than that, they do it. And so that's what it's mainly for, is an action camera to keep up with all of that type of thing. And again, now I do something that's kind of dangerous, not really, is that I'm a certified diver. So I do scuba dive, but I don't use this camera to scuba dive with because it's not very good. I use my GoPro to scuba dive with because it has a case and everything that I can use and go diving with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Lawrence,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this video. I'm gonna get this video to show my wife. All right.
I think Taylor's recording it, and so definitely this would be worth getting. I think anybody that travels and anybody who have grandkids, they need to buy this camera, especially at our age. And now I may be wrong, so don't get mad. You guys may get on a motorcycle and you may do wheelies and you may do all that kind of stuff other than Taylor. But I think most of you guys are going to use it for vacation and grandkids.
Yes.
What is the secret that the selfie stick doesn't show? What is the secret?
Because the lens, I'm going to show you what it is. The lens takes 100 and little less, when you do a full circle, right?
Yeah.
The lens only takes 100. What's the half of 360?
180.
180.
So 180. So now take 5% off of 180.
Got it.
And that's the only thing he can see. So
Gotcha.
the camera is in between. The camera here is in between that 5 to 10% that he can't see. So that's the secret. He can't see that. But then when he uses artificial intelligence to stitch it back together again.
Yeah.
Wow. Great demo. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm gonna get it and then the headset too. But I can show her this first.
Oh, the headset? You mean the the headset? Yeah. I'm scared to ask my wife for a headset.
Yeah.
I'd have to go ask somebody, one of you guys, to live at your house. As much money as I spent. So,
Lawrence, I had a couple of questions.
yes.
Would it be worthwhile to get a gimbal stick like I've got for my iPhone to take out jitteriness, just due to my hand and movements, or is it fine without a gimbal stick?
With the stabilization on, and it has 2 stabilization, regular stabilization and super stabilization. And if you go to their website, you will see somebody riding a bike going bumping up and down, and they'll show you that stops pretty much.
Okay.
So no, you don't need a gimbal anymore.
What's that website?
It is Insta360. So it's INSTA360.com.
And can you use iMovie instead of Final Cut Pro for edits?
Oh boy.
Yes and no. If you take it with a 4K one lens, Yes, you can. But if you take it 360, it doesn't do 360.
Thanks.
But it always outputs MP4. So it'll read it, but it'll look funny. It'll look funny.
Okay.
But it can read it. It just won't look right. Anything else?
I wish I could think of something else.
All right, that's good.